Hello and welcome to the Club 12 podcast, sponsored by King Kong Tattoo Company, Albert Square, Dundee. How you doing, Jamie?
I'm good.
Yeah, alright. It's been a couple of weeks since we've done this.
It's been a couple.
It has. So, do we even dare talk about Partick?
No, I'm not going to mention that.
Let's quickly talk about Partick before we move on to other stuff. We need to. We need to. Right, so you left at 3-0. You were raging, eh?
Come on, I didn't like leaving before. Like, I remember when we got beat for Aberdeen in time and I left early that game as well. And I didn't like leaving early. But I couldn't watch it. It's because we were so enthusiastic about it, like before it. And then when it kicked off, it was just, they were fucking rotten.
Me and Derry stayed for the rest of it, right? And I'm not going to lie, we still should have beat them. We had enough chances to actually beat them. And I don't know whether that says more about us or them.
It took us a wee while to watch the highlights of it. Maybe about a week, but the second half we actually did come out and play it alright. But it was just disappointing me in the end because, as I said, we were playing brilliant up until that, and then you're sitting there, it's 3-0, and you're like, why did it go wrong? But at least they've managed to kick on, and
so we did go in the huff for a couple of days, and we thought, right, I'm not doing the podcast for a couple of days, we need to just chill out, right? Need a couple of days to calm down before somebody gets it stinking, right? Because somebody was going to get abuse, unfairly deserved, right? Probably. Yep. However, so I thought, right, we'll change tack, we'll start doing the podcast on a Monday, right? And we'll wait till the Raith game. So you went to Raith, so that was much better.
I went to Raith.
Tell us about Raith.
Raith, well, I came home with COVID, so it wasn't the best. But,
okay.
But, I mean, it was brilliant. So we got on the train, I want to say about 11:10, was it? I can't mind. And the train station was mobbed. The first thing I heard was, David Goodwill, eh? So that set the day off pretty good. But it was brilliant here. It was a really good day. We went to, so there was this, I think, is it the Park Linney Dark Blues? So before the game, they'd booked out this, it's like a rugby club.
Yeah.
And
I've seen somebody tweeting about it.
Here, it was really good. There was only so many tickets, but then after a wee while, it was £1 a head. So they were just like, fuck it, and just let more people
That's
in.
actually a weird thing, right? So, completely unrelated, right? And I'll not mention any names, but there's this person I can put up a post on Facebook, or this lassie, and I commented saying, she's tidy, basically, right? So, and that was that. No more, right? Never slid into anybody's DMs, added anybody online. However, see, since then, I keep getting a message every day, or tweets. So she must use Twitter quite a bit. Right. And every time she posts on Twitter, I get an email notification about it now.
Oh, that's nippy.
I can't figure that out.
You must have done something. You must have.
I've never done anything. You're not accusing me of anything. So anyway, it was a good day at Raith.
It was a great day. As I said, before the game ran, the atmosphere was great.
So we planned to do the podcast on the Monday, and you were like, "Oh, Dad, I'm not feeling well." It's like, "Oh, don't give me that."
Yeah,
again. So it turns out you had a dose of the COVID. How did that work out for you?
Not the best, to be honest.
Not the best.
I've been sitting in the house all week.
Couldn't
even go to the Arbroath game. But here, COVID aside, it was great to see the atmosphere, especially in the stand as well. Like, it's been a while for we can been at a game and it's been that good. See when we were singing Disco Land, like the whole stand was jumping. It was brilliant. I
would say it sounded good, right? But I'd seen a bit of it on DTV, and there's no sound in the second half, so you kind of got to mark it up yourself as you go along. Yeah,
it eats so out. Honestly, every week it's like, by the way, there's no sound. We just turned it off for the second half. But no, we were decent against Raith as well. Here, we came under a wee bit of pressure against them because going away for him, they're always going to hit the odd chance, but now we stuck it and we were pretty good. Again, Mulligan was brilliant.
So we'll get to him. Let's go on to the Arbroath game, right? Because it's the latest game. So good, convincing 4-2 win. Although they had a great chance at 2-all with 4 minutes left, and I feel like if they'd have scored that, we'd have went biscuit Hurst and crumbled. We would have.
Come on. It was a tight game. See for like a neutral watching that as well. They must have watched that and thought, this is a good game.
I mean, we kind of controlled the possession. But chances wise,
first 10 minutes we were a wee bit slow. Like I thought that they were decent. They came out the first 10 minutes and had a good couple of chances. We done well to go 1-0 up, to be honest with you. But that first goal might be fucking French running down the side and the give and go and yeah, I like the look of French.
And then I actually
really
thought his shot come back off the post, but when you seen the highlights, it didn't come off the defender. Although I do think it was kind of going wide, but tap nothing away for the boy. That was a great run.
That first one was good, and it looked like something that had been worked on in our can.
Yeah,
that was the good thing about it.
There's a good interchange of triangle passing going on before he decided to maraud up the wing.
Because he wins the ball and, like, beside his own box. I'm sure he puts in tackle and wins it and then just drives. But no, that was brilliant. They were decent, but the one thing you would say is we're conceding quite a lot of goals. Like that first week we conceded 3. Obviously we went to Raith and got a clean sheet, and then we've conceded 2 again against Arbroath. Now here we're sitting top of the league.
Okay, we should have moaned, but
no moaning whatsoever. But if there's one thing you would say was, if we're going to do it every week, that makes the difference. We need to tighten up a wee bit at the back.
So I think I kind of harped on about this quite a wee bit, and I like Harry Sharp, but he just doesn't command his box enough for me. And I think if he'd have done that, he'd have claimed that bar, especially for the second goal. I think it was against Arbroath.
So that was the penalty.
Oh well, no.
The
other goal.
But nah, I think Gary Boyer came out and said it as well, that he's given Abdi a chance. He's seen Abdi. He's given Abdi. He feels the opportunity to do what they can do. We need another keeper. You look at the difference a good keeper marks, right? You look, United are shite, right? But last year they had the best keeper in the league without a shadow of a doubt, Seagrass. It's still him instead of Joe Hart, to be honest with you, right? What a difference a good keeper marks. And you can see now they're fucking rotten, because it shows, every good team's built on a good keeper, and he's just I don't want to be too critical of Harry, but
again, because he's not really done anything wrong. Nah. But he's just didn't feel like he's commanding enough.
We need a bit more experience in the goal. I think that'll set one apart for the other.
I've said this all along. Even if you're my centre half, right? I want the goalie to come out, and if you're in his road, he's fucking taking you out, because you're in his way. That's the way it should be.
And keepers are protected. I don't care what he's just not confident. It'd be hard transitioning for a youth keeper.
He's a young boy. Yes, I mean, we'll give him another chance, but I think I want to see him more commanding, and that maybe you give a bit more confidence to the back four. Will maybe start conceding goals. However, in saying that, with the back four, how well's Cammy played up to now?
I can't. They're going to have to move him up front. Every week he's scoring or nearly scoring.
The poor man's James Tavernier.
You've said that a couple of times. He needs to learn how to put in a good cross for that. But here, Cammy's done bra. And we've said it before though, Cammy always does a job in the Championship. It's a league where he kind of stands out a wee bit. He's not amazing, but he does a good job, and
his fighting determination stands for a lot. And I think in the championship that goes a lot further.
But he's getting up the park. I don't know if Boyers had a wee word with him, but there was a set play that they were doing, because mind, he'd scored the same goal a couple of weeks in a row.
That's right. And he had a header again the other night for the same
against Arbroath. So I'm not sure if it's something that they're working on. Boyer's saying, look, nobody's really going to mark Cammy Kerr, so what we'll do is we'll put the bar on Cammy Kerr.
Do you think that's what's going on?
Maybe fuck. I mean, how else would you explain him scoring every week? But here, he's been, long way to continue, he's been doing bra.
He has, he's been doing really well. Mulligan as well. You mentioned at the start of the season you thought he was going to come on to have a good season. He does look like he's coming on to a game. I'm not going to be critical of him, but I'd like to see him sometimes get rid of the ball a bit quicker. Sometimes let his shot go quicker.
He is. I described him as a right-footed Greg Stewart, especially with that goal that he scored against Arbroath. The way
that was a great goal.
That was a brilliant goal. His goal against Raith and that was his other foot. Was that his left foot?
He gets on target,
I really like Logan, but there's sometimes when you watch him, he tacks an extra touch that he just doesn't hit tack. But it's because he's always trying to beat what's in front of him. And here, I like boys that are wanting to tap people on and on. But no, he's been brilliant. But sometimes he just does take that extra touch. But that'll come with experience playing every week. He'll release the ball a wee bit quicker. But right now, he's doing it on his own. Well, it's not doing it, he's in, but the way he's confident enough to tap the bat and determine a game.
He looks confident. He looks good with the bat of his feet. He looks more confident with the bat than what Anderson does. And as much as I like wee Killer, right, it was good to see him get a break at the weekend because I don't feel like he's had a rest for about 2 seasons.
Okay.
And like I say, he always starts off with quick feet. And then he gets really slow.
It's a shame. It was got to be wee Killer because the first game of the season, like before that, I'd pure prepped him up on here as well. Like, he should be starting every week, and I still think
Scotland cap.
Still think he's a great wee player. But that first half against Partick, he just looked tired, right? So hopefully a wee break for him. You can't play. I mean, you could play the young boy every week, but if you do, that's what you will get every now and then, Ken. But nah, I like Killer. I do. I hope he gets back in the team.
Yeah, need to.
Wee bit of
So we've had some new signings as well for the last podcast. Well, let's start with the first then. Zach Robinson, and he managed to get a goal.
He did,
and an awfully good header as well the other night. Even though he kind of done it with the back of his head.
Yeah, I'm alright with that.
I'm good with that. What do you think of him? What have you seen?
He looks pretty sharp. See with the back of his feet as well. He looks like he's got a step over or two in him. And he came on against Raith and said he looked quite sharp. He didn't get on for long. But here, if you're coming off of the bench and scoring a header, win the game, I'll tackle that all day. We've only got him on loan. At the end of the season, I'm pretty sure.
We'll take that. But
here, if he gets promoted, I'm pretty sure we'll get him a deal.
So I was hearing somewhere as well. I can't remember who told me this, but apparently he knocked back Chelsea last season. But like youths, right? He came to go to Wimbledon to get there because he wanted to play, right? So to me, that says the boy wants to play football, right? Now, I don't know how it worked out at Wimbledon, but he's ended up going out on loan again. But again, it seems to me that the boy's dead keen just to play. And for what I've seen, he looks like he could play.
How old is he?
I don't know.
He must be young if he's turned down Chelsea. Yeah, man. Here. If that is true, that's a pretty decent start. I mean, he looks
like I say, I can't mind he turned down some type of deal at Chelsea to go. I mean, obviously he's not going to go into their first team, but he went into like their youth setup, reserve setup, or whatever the kind of setup is. But he's here, and do you think he'll get goals? And is Rudden going to mark way for him?
I was just what I say. I think he's earned his start for Saturday against Morton. Look. Rudden's put in a shift the last couple of weeks. You can't say that he hasn't, especially against Raith. It did feel to be a bit for him, especially when Mulligan cut in and he should have squared it, and then Rudden comes in and weathers it off the post. Like the sprint he puts in before it, it did feel for him a wee bit. But will Boyer play two of them? Do you think he'd play them both? Because he played Jakubiak off the left. Did he not? Did he not play Jakubiak, or he played?
He wants to play it in the middle now. So you said that at the start of the season, and for one game you thought, okay, he looks alright. Second game, okay, decent. Let's give him another chance. Partick, fucking never be seen.
And come on, Rudden, he did well against Arbroath and he got his goal as well. And it was, you said right before he scored, I hope he scores like a rollie down the shinner. Right? That's what he needs, just a fucking
wee rollie down the shinner.
A wee rollie down the shinner, and then he fucking toe bashes it in the corner.
We'll take that.
But you might. I mean, if you were to do a poll to the Dundee fans, why would you rather have Jack Rudden or Zach Robinson? They're probably going to say Robinson after that header. But time will tell,
we'll see. So the other new boy, Joe Grayson, I got man of the match the other night.
He did.
I thought he looked really good. I thought maybe maybe a few games under his belt. He was a bit slow in places, but he heads onto the bar well. His passing was pretty good. I didn't think he really... Actually, he lost the bar once and he made it up.
Was that the first half?
He got right back in about it and won the bar back and played it wide.
He dictated the play awfully well, I thought. He kind of calmed it down a wee bit. See when Dundee play with the two centre halves and they passed the bar between them and the keeper, and you could hear the gasps fucking through the stadium. Everybody's shouting themselves. But he seemed to calm it down a wee bit. He looked like a decent player. a left footer, we need a good left footer in the middle of the park. Can
well, what had it?
I can't. I don't care what the difference is between a left footer and a right footer. I mean, but I just think
I'll tell
they
you
look
what
like two. No, you get what I mean.
The left foot is cultured. That's what they say. I don't care what makes it cultured. I don't care.
Makes it look a wee bit more better. I don't care. But no, he seemed decent. Man of the match first week as well. So we'll talk that.
That's good. Do you think we're going to sign anybody else?
Fucking hope so.
Do we need anybody else?
Keeper. I thought keeper. Come on, we need maybe another defender or two, right? Because we are conceding a wee bit more than what we'd like. As much as we like Marshall and Kerr and Sweeney and French, like I think the boy French that's his target.
Grandad doesn't like him.
Grandad doesn't like him.
He's like, fucking that French, no share with him. Come on, give me a chance.
No, I think it's his tap. Somebody will do well to talk that off him.
Like I say, I can't mention this a few times, but a goalkeeper's definitely a thing. Which brings me on to the sad passing of Pat Linney the other day. So I didn't really remember him because obviously, well, I was maybe 11 at that time when he was a good goalkeeper. And he played for the D's when we won the league. But I did read a really good story about him the other day. So it turned out, right, that he was a big St Mirren fan.
So I've read that. I didn't care he was from Paisley. Right. I read that after.
Right, so he was meant to be going on a trial with St Mirren or something, and then he got called up for his national service. And he went away and he did national service, but I think he played in the goal for the army teams or something. I'm not quite sure how it worked. But then he ended up going to Dens, right? But really, and as much as he enjoyed his time, and clearly he still come back to Dens regularly, all he wanted to do was play for St Mirren. And he did. I think he signed for them when he left Dundee, but he's like, it was pure. You didn't get that these days, eh?
Nah, you didn't.
Nah,
you didn't. That's a proper fan, is it? But no, he was in Dens nearly every week because loads of photos like after he passed last week.
You recognise the face, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. But loads of people putting up photos of him and they're in like hospitality, and he turned up nearly every week.
Right. And he's got an away day supporters club bus named after him. You didn't get that unless if you're an 80 legend,
absolute legend. I think Big Rab was on about it as well, because obviously they were quite close. And Rab says that during the Defiant season, Pat Linney would come in the changing room and can get Abdi going for it and tell Rab he could have done better. And, but no, it was sad, like, but it was good to see Boyer before the Arbroath game putting down slivers in that in the goal mouth.
That was good
because obviously we've got some like historically some great players, but it seems like Linney was a wee bit more liked than the rest of them. Like I kind of felt that the other day. It was more you felt it more.
I think as well when you've got a really good team. I mean, I think of the teams that I've played in the past that I thought good. We always had a good goalie, right? But they're always a bit fucking nuts.
You need it.
You need the goalie.
That's a good trait of a keeper. You hate to hear about a screw.
So we had I played with the Globe, right? The pub, right? Loads of our mates. We started playing football for the Globe, and we had Big Clive in the goal, and he was a fucking maniac. He was just used to run. See what I keep talking about, right? I want people. Clive didn't care whether you're wearing your strip or not. If you were in his road, 18 stone of him was running right through it. I can, and there was a few savage injuries. I tell you. Did you play with any crazy goalkeepers?
He's an arrow though. But for the Ferry.
Did he ever let in 7 in one game?
No, we were half decent. We wouldn't let that happen. But it's a good trait of a keeper. Like Ken, what's that film? Fucking Vinnie Jones and the monks in the goal.
Right. The longest yard is the American football version.
Yeah.
Mean Machine.
Mean Machine.
Mean Machine.
Like the monk can. If you're in his road.
You could take him in the goal, eh?
It's Jason Statham's it. I wonder what he's doing these days.
Jason, if you're free on Fridays and Saturday nights for the next 6 to 9 months, can give us a shout.
But I would like to see where we now keep. We've still got a wee while. We've still got what are one? What's it the day? The 15th. So another couple of weeks. But I think hopefully Boyer, because Boyer seems I like Gary Boyer, I do. He seems like he knows what he's doing, and any footballer brain could probably tell you that we do need to strengthen up there.
I think he kind of realised that too, because he come out after the first game and was like, we need to reassess. We've reassessed and now we've brought into our people. So, however, look, we're 3 games in, right?
Top of the league.
So we're top of the league. We're on 6 points. Inverness are second on 5. Ayr are third on 5 points. Queen's Park are fourth on 4, along with Partick and Morton. They're on 4 points. I'd like it to have been 9, but I'm happy that we're at the top, even after such a bad start against Partick.
Yeah. If you'd have told us at half time that day, or when it was 3-0 down, that in a couple of weeks we'd be top of the league, you'd probably have took that.
Would you have stayed?
No. I couldn't watch it. Honestly, come on, I was so disappointed. I was just pure devastated when I was watching, because I was so excited before the game, and the atmosphere in the Derry, like for the Partick game, it was good. Abdi turned out, and it was just it was hard to watch. But anyway, don't want to put it down on it. We've been playing great through that. And we're sitting top of the league, so we've got Morton on Saturday.
Morton up next, so they're on, well, they've won 1, drew 1, lost 1. Lost Raith 2-1, beat Cove 1-0, drew 1 all with Hamilton. Dougie Imrie is their manager, I fucking hate him. He's one of the people that he'll get them up for this, because he hates us as much as we hate him. I'd love to sit down with some players sometimes, right, and like can do a proper interview with them, because they always can you ask him all this stupid question, what's your favourite manager to work for? Nah, fuck that. What team do you fucking hate? Why do you like playing against the Mace? What fans get right under your fucking skin?
He'd say Dundee in a heartbeat.
Absolutely. I bet there's a few of them like that.
There's a Hingy, what's his name again? The boy, John Robertson. Pretty sure he hates Dundee, Can the old Hertz manager?
Commentator.
Nah, John Robertson played for Scotland.
Well, he does commentary. Open all mics. He played at Dundee. So he come to us on a 1 month loan. I think it was at the same time as Derek Ferguson. I could be wrong. It was around about that time. And he come out and said after it that the Dundee fans were so difficult to please because they were on your back for the first minute. He gets. And that was, what, 88, 89?
Well, it just goes down the generations, does it? We've mentioned before, Dundee fans are hard to play. I think every team will probably say that about their support, though. Like Hertz is a team that's probably quite similar with that, where if you're at Tynecastle and you're not playing well, the fans are right on your back. Aberdeen as well. I was watching the highlights of the Aberdeen Motherwell game at the weekend.
But does this come back to, though, that they think they've got a God-given right because they think that they're better?
Yeah.
Right, so this kind of brings me to, mind I was telling you about betting on football, right, and how I'm much better at betting on American football, right, because I didn't ken the history of the clubs, right, so I looked in the fixtures list, right, and I see, fucking Motherwell are playing Arbroath in the Cup, right, or whatever, right, now you're thinking of that and you're thinking, Motherwell should be Arbroath, never, right, they're a bigger, more established club, they've played in the top flight for many years, but we are ken that doesn't happen, that doesn't work like that, right, so when I bet on American football, I didn't ken the history between the Packers and the Giants. Well, actually, that's not true. I ken a wee bit because I do like the Packers. But you look at the forum and what's going on, and
you're looking more at stats and numbers than what your head's telling you is going to be the result.
So a couple of years ago, right, I think out the 14-week season, I got coupons up 12 weeks on American football, right? I don't think I've ever had 12 coupons in my life on football. I've probably had about half a dozen.
And it's always that one result that does you, right?
We mentioned the other week about Colchester, right?
They're rotten.
Yeah.
I mean, kept an eye on them. So the first week
they beat Ipswich and they put Ipswich out the cup.
Oh, did that?
And then they won the next week. They won a couple of games.
Well, they bust me a cup in the first week.
They bust me a cup in the first
week. So
did
Dundee, I suppose.
But you can't blame Colchester for that fucking shambles at the end. That's not their fault. I mean, they did their part. They got the goals, Ken.
Yeah, I feel that.
So anyway, we're not going to bet on Colchester anymore. We'll move on for that. So Morton this week. Do you think we'll beat them?
I hope so. I'm going to go through.
Have you been there before?
I've been there once. Okay, when I went there, we'd re-signed, so it was when we were in, obviously, the Championship. It was about 10-15 years ago, and we just re-signed Gavin Ray. He signed Gavin Ray, and he scored. I'm pretty sure he scored and put 1-0 up that day, and I want to say 1-2-0. But like the stand that we were in, we weren't behind the goal. Like, cause
we were down the side.
It was like, it felt like being in the top of the main stand, kind of in the corner. There's like this. So if you're behind the goal, it's on your right hand side, that stand.
Right. Okay.
And I just remember it being fucking dreadful. But I've never been behind the goal, and it's standing behind the goal, and that's kind of what you want to go to Cardiff for, Ken. So I'm quite looking forward to it.
I've been there a few times.
It's a dump.
It's a shithole. Absolute dump. But one of the things that I think's great about it is you kind of got the big multi-story tenement in the back of it. Mm-hmm. So if about 5 flares up, you see all the wee minks watching the fuck back for the multi. You can fucking guys.
No, we should. I think we should beat them. But then again, I said that the first week. So, but we're playing well. It started by Robinson. Definitely started by Grayson as well. And hopefully Josh Mulligan could come up with something.
So McGinn's no played recently well. He got whipped off, was it the Partick game?
Did he start that game?
I'm pretty sure he started that game.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't think he played at Raith either, did he?
No,
I can't remember.
He definitely never got on at Raith. And he never got on against Arbroath as well. Well, as I said, the right hand side's Mulligan's. I think that's his tackling. He's tackling that off him. The left hand side, you've got McCowan there as well. McCowan, so that bar that he put in for Robinson's header was fucking. If that doesn't deserve a start, I don't care what does. That was
brilliant. He couldn't have right in between.
He couldn't have put in a better bar there if he tread. I don't care what anybody says. His left foot's pretty decent, and then but. I was saying as well, I kind of feel the young boy Cameron's a bit hard done by. I like to look at him in pre-season, and if you're not going to play him, put him out on loan. Give him some game time. But McGinn's, it's a bit of a saying, to be honest with you. He must be taking a decent wage, for sitting on the bench.
You'd think so, you'd think so. But you're right about Cameron because, well, in addition to McGinn being a winger, you've also got Mulligan plays out there. McGowan can do it. Kubiak. We are pretty flush in the departments. Do you think any of them play in the goal?
Sweeney might do a job in the goal.
Yeah.
He seems like he'd come through Aberdeen, claim the bar. Fuck.
It was good to. Again, it was only for a minute and a half, but Lee Ashcroft was back on the pitch the other day.
Yep. I think so. When we were in the Championship the last time, he must have got about, I want to say 6 or 7. Maybe no, but it seemed like he was, because I was taking him to score every week on a bet builder. But he was
along with Charlie
to get booked. Charlie Adam to get booked, and Ashcroft to score. But it was good to see him coming back on, and if he contributes even 5 goals this season, and he's more than capable of doing that, by the way, because he wins every in the air. I'd love to see a 50 in the air with him and Sweeney. I'm pretty sure Ashcroft would tack it though, but that'd be pretty good to see. But no, it was good to see him getting back for it. He's been out for ages.
Well, good. So we've not got much better to talk about, do we?
Nah.
Just
positivity.
We're just waffling, pissed.
We're going to do well this weekend. I think our bus leaves. Well, it was meant to leave at 10:30, 11, but people pulled it, and because they've pulled it, because they've pulled it, it now means that the bus is more expensive. And you can, it costs more for the bus to leave early. I never ever took that into account. So see if your bus,
because you're
packing up more of the driver's time. I never ever really thought about that. So I think we're leaving at 12:30. So should get there for about back at 2:30. No sure if we have time for a pint, but mind you, Whitey's opens at 10 anyway. So
Well, here, I had a pint in there the other week, it was fucking rotten.
Come on.
Before, was it the Partick game?
Come on, it's usually good to, but I think there was loads of people there, right, and there was like, they hadn't changed the barrels or something, but you usually get a decent pint in there, but no, that was and we'd ordered 4, right, because we were waiting that
I waited for fucking ages, I can't last behind the bar, fucking get attention. What do you want? Give me 4 pints, pal. Oh, I wish I hadn't bothered.
But nah, looking forward to this weekend, and if we come away with 9 points, Hamilton get beat, I don't care what they're playing. Hope they get beat.
I don't really care what Hamilton are playing either, but I hope they do get pumped. Is it Hamilton the team you hate most in this league?
There's I'm trying to think. I didn't really hate Inverness. I just didn't like Billy Dodds.
Do you hate a pecking order of teams that you fucking despise? The teams that you didn't mind?
I do. So
come on then. I'll tell you mine now. Well, I'm guessing we're both putting the Shed and Old Firm up tonight.
The top 3 you're going. Well, mind you, so I'd put in United, Rangers, Celtic, and Aberdeen. I fucking hate Aberdeen. I do. Come on, I think it's just because every time they come to Dens, they give a bit of hiding and smash up pubs and all, and I've never liked Aberdeen. I would maybe throw St Johnstone in there, but I didn't want to give them the time of day because I didn't care about them.
I didn't care about them. I didn't even care.
They cling on to a derby like a flat of shite, like so. I'm not even going to mention.
It's kind of like doing the leagues. You get the wee teams that you didn't pay attention to. I'll point out for you, Albion Rovers, right? Right. So you're like, well, fucking Albion Rovers, right? Exactly. That's the way I thought about St Johnstone when I was about 10 or 11. I didn't even. It's like Perth didn't even thought about it. Didn't read that.
Got left from Tangerines.
Come on, I mean. So sorry, yeah. So you.
So I put them in. Teams that I didn't really like but are alright. Probably. Well, nah, not really. I mean, they're the main 4, and then after that, I'm not really too bothered. Like teams that I didn't mind are Motherwell. I didn't care how, but I kind of like Motherwell. Hearts and Hibs. I'd probably say I kind of lean more towards Hearts than Hibs for some reason. I don't care how that is.
I didn't really care about either of them.
No.
But I tell you what, Hibs never beat them in the derby either.
No.
Fucking never ever beat them in the derby ever. Or it feels like that. I did see it that somebody posted a great. It was a photo up on Facebook, and it was the Hibs DVD of the draw. 90 minutes of scintillating action where they didn't get beat, and there was an exclusive footage of the guy throwing chips on the boy. Did you see it?
I was watching it.
Yeah, I'm going to throw chips at you.
I said this earlier on as well. Lee Johnson, he'll be the first year to go. Heard it here first.
We'll come to the manager merry-go-round in a minute, right? I want to hear, is there anybody else why you fucking hate? Nah. Come on, these days I really didn't like St Johnstone. Hamilton. Fuck Hamilton. Forgot about Hamilton. That comes back to that last day of the season, right? Where we won the league, right? But 10-2. Was it Morton they played?
It was, yeah.
Well, come on, we better give Morton fucking 10 this weekend.
I put Hamilton in there. I think what other names. I think that's it. Pretty sure that's it. I'd
definitely put, well, obviously, didn't even need to mention United and Celtic and Rangers. I'd hate them up there. Hamilton would definitely hate up there too. And Livy, you
don't like Livy, do you?
I fucking despised Livy. Cheating bastards. I'm still bitter about that incident back in the day where, right, so they could have pied this boy, right, but they didn't. They chose to do him as an amateur status, right, even though they were still paying him anyway, right? So what the league said was that because they could have done it, then it didn't make a difference. Well, come what? They could have, but they fucking didn't it, right? So give us the 3 points, send them down, and fuck off, right? Fuck you and fuck your shit, right? That's so. I do. I hate Livy. I really fucking hate them.
I
hate too. This might piss off a few fans. I fucking hate Man United. right? So see just now, watching them, what I would call is their peak of shiteness, right? It's fucking magnificent.
Peak of shiteness.
I says the other day that Brentford would pump them, and they did, convincingly pumped them, right?
Battered them.
But I think, see, growing, and this is part of being a fucking bitter Dundee fan, right? Because we never won fuck all, right? Man United won Ahan.
Yeah.
Fucking Ahan for years, and all of a sudden the whole world was a Man United fan. It was like, well, what were you 4 seasons ago when you were pissed? Ken, when you were playing Cambridge on a Tuesday night in the cup and fucking nearly got beat? Ken? So I do hate Man United.
Yeah, that's kind of how what I'm a wee bit like with Celtic, because for the past 12 years they've just won everything. Absolutely, fair I grew up, they've won everything, and it didn't help when Rangers did and went down and Celtic just hosed it every season. But like, we see when they won that treble, come on, fuck, a treble. Like, that's just taking the piss. Can you do that? You can't even do that on FIFA. You can't. It's that's fucking hate Celtic. We're just hating teams today, really.
Well, no, it's that's what football is about, eh?
That is what it's about.
It's about the love for your team and the fucking disposal of hatred of others. I tell you what, the results I have been keeping an eye out for though is Farfar. And it's only because the guy I work with is a coach there. And then obviously Gary Hargan and Gary Irvin.
I've not actually. How are they getting on? I've not. Are they?
No, very good. Oh look, there's a landway, and they've got nice strips. I did say that to you before, right? Ken? They do have nice strips. I think that I'm going to avoid football coupons this season though, because like I say, I'm better with the American football, and I think it's too easy just to fucking pick teams based on
like Hertz or what, Motherwell or
Motherwell or Aberdeen.
Oh,
what's that about?
That's a coupon buster. That was a coupon buster.
That boy up for Motherwell, does he only score against Aberdeen too? What's his name again?
Is it Spittle? You
know? No, the
the Dutch boy.
Yeah, the Dutch boy.
Van der Veen. Yeah, he's a decent player. I've been watching him last year.
Do you think he's, obviously because he's Dutch, do you think he's ever scored 7 in one game against one opposition?
Maybe when he was in his youth days, because that's the only time those score lines really happen, when you're a stupid wee baron.
Yeah, that's right, I suppose.
Did you watch that? I sat and pissed myself for 90 minutes.
I didn't hear the comedy channel.
Some of the photos and
the memes
were brilliant. The image in McLean was outstanding. It was great. It was just good because they had a slight chance. They thought they were going to win, because they beat them 1-0 and they were all jumping about, singing on Island Street, and everybody was sitting thinking fuck off. And then they went through to Holland and they got pumped, absolutely rotten.
And they didn't even go to the red light district. Yeah, got bent over sideways. Come on, pal, you keep your 50 quid in.
You for the hard night.
Oh dear, it was good. It was good.
It was watching that on the Thursday night, and then obviously watching the Dundee game at the Friday night. It cheered me right up.
Have you seen? What have you thought of the other teams this season? Have you watched much of any of the other Scottish games or any other English games?
So Scottish games. I think if you look at the SPL now, that league's probably going to stay the same for the rest of the season. What I'm looking forward to seeing Hearts in Europe. I want Hearts to do well, because they're playing against, is it Zurich on Thursday night? That's on the BBC.
That'll be a toughie.
Yeah, it can, but it's Waffy home first leg, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. I want them to do well.
I want them to bring back away goals. The away goals rule.
They've only just done away with that.
But why? It was good.
They're modernising football too much. That was one of the beauties about football, the away goal rule, because you could go away and draw 1-1, go through it, and the first leg's 0-0, and you're like, nah, we won. We scored an away goal.
They say that it gives an unfair advantage, but it doesn't really, because
it's harder to score home and away.
Play home and away.
The away goal should be brought back.
And I mind telling you, see when Celtic got to the UEFA Cup final back in 2003, I think it was, right? When they were playing their away legs, they were right at it.
Yeah.
For the first, and they scored early doors quite a few games and got a couple of goal lead. So
see, that's where I think Rangers will struggle against PSV, because the first legs at Ibrox, and if you watch Rangers last year, I'm pretty sure on most of the games they always had the second leg at him, and that's what kind of like if they made their arse in the first leg, they always came back and beat them in the second. And I reckon if they even get a 1-1 or something at him in that first leg, going over to PSV, that'll be tough for them. Like, but as much as we're saying we hate Celtic and Rangers, I still kind of want them to beat PSV and get in the Champions League.
In Europe, you want them to do better in Europe, right? You can, because the more games they've got in Europe, hopefully the shiter they'll be in our league. But
so that kind of proves the point that United must be the team that we hate the most, because there's no danger of any Dundee fan wanted them to win in Holland, right?
So we're
the only team in Scotland that didn't want they fuckers to win. I could see watching that boy sleeping, honestly. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it was great. And as well, so there was I can't remember who it was, but I seen somebody tag somebody else that was at the match, and then I seen them in Clarkie's the other night. I stopped at Clarkie's after my gig, and I was like, again, that boy's face, and I was like, oh, that's what it is. He's the shed boy while I was sitting miserable the other day.
Danger, is it actually?
It wasn't the fat guy.
Right.
It wasn't him. It was some other Arab bastard. So, anyway, on that happy note, we're going to need to wrap things up for this week. Thanks very much for listening to the Club 12 podcast. We've been sponsored by King Kong Tattoo Company, Albert Square, Dundee, for all your tattoo and piercing needs. And then some final other news before we go, Jamie.
Yep.
It's Graham Souness pisses off 50% of the population by describing football as a man's game. An inquiry has opened up in Sierra Leone after a local team recorded a 91-1 win. Michael Stewart's still a prick, and Dundee United are still shite. We've been the Club 12 podcast. Cheers. Goodbye.